So, how did we get to abstinence spheres and liquid rock? It was a longer process than I thought it was, actually. So, starting with the Caves books, which I made by stapling Jimmy Hot Dog pages together. There's Jimmy Hot Dog's brother. These were the colours, the watercolour sheets that I used to colour them. And so I stapled them together. I chopped them in half, stapled them together, and made these little books. And I've shared some of those before. There's 3 and 4. I've made 4 of them so far. And so here's cave number 3. It looks, looking at it now, it looks okay. It looks pretty nice. I am happy with how it turned out as an object itself. But when it came to sharing it, I thought it lacked something, and also you can see that the pages are all slightly different sizes. It didn't digitize in a very interesting way. I should probably still share it though. But what I did was, once I'd scanned it, I decided to print out all the pages and do my usual iteration thing with it. So each of these pages was blown up to A4 and printed out onto card. And so I got a bunch of stuff that looks like this. All different sizes. I chopped them up. Some of them are made into more little booklets, which I've not done anything with yet. They're just sat on my desk, staring at me, waiting for something to happen. Some of them I thought, wow, I'll chop them up into loads of little tiny bits. And I've been sat with them as well. They're still staring at me, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I don't know. But some of them I chopped into half so that they were A5 pieces of paper. And what I did then was a very clever thing of sellotaping them all together. I don't know if you can see this properly. It's probably easier on one of these pages. Is that the binding of these is a terrible sellotape. I literally just put them down next to each other and taped them together until I had a book, and then I started working into the book. So I had some pages which were blank on the, hang on, I can show you. So I had some pages which were blank, and then some pages which had stuff on. And so I'm not keeping that in frame very well. The pages which had stuff on, I didn't know what to do with. So I started with the pages which were blank, and I drew panels in and then whacked some ink in. You can see the blue here, the red here, and the orange back there. I put the ink on, then I coloured around them so that they were black, and then I drew little liney bits into there, hollow worky lines, and did that for all the pages, and it was pretty nice, except that it was really boring. And so later on, I decided to take some of these little acrylic inks, which I got for £1 each from the range, and in different colours, purple, yellow, some green somewhere, and blopped them in, and then went like that. That's a decent artistic professional sound effect for what I did. And then they look interesting. They're messy, but once I finally get around to lettering them and writing to them, the context will pull them together, which is part of the whole point of the hollow work, is that the work itself is decorative and looks nice, but it's the text which brings context to those pictures and pulls them all together again. And just so you can see, where there's these white patches, it's where I've just sellotaped across, which creates these nice effects because the ink didn't stick to it, but the paint did. But also it's highly unprofessional. I would never recommend anyone do it. And so with these ones, I didn't know what to do. So I drew around a mug on every single one of them. It'd be easy to say working from instinct, but that's, I don't know if it's in, I just did it. And once I'd drawn all the circles on, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I painted around all the circles in black watercolour. It's very nice texturally. And once I'd done that, I was like, I don't know what to do now. And it never felt enough. I could have painted more because they looked a bit like planets then in the blackness. So they looked a bit like planets, but that wasn't enough. Not enough had gone into them to justify their existence. And so I painstakingly hollow line worked all around them, and where I could, interacted with the content that was already there. So they become, some of them are a bit lighter. You can see what's going on a bit better. And that's how we got to this. And then once I'd made this terrible cover, you can see that I wrote out Abstinence Spheres and Liquid Rock twice, and also the hollow work twice, and stuck post-it notes onto it. And then as I put it to one side, didn't think very much about it as I was working on it, and then the name came to me. Liquid Rock is sort of obvious. This sort of looks a bit like Liquid Rock, I guess, but I don't know what Abstinence Spheres are, and we'll work that out over time.